now lived over a year of my life on a cruise ship, traveling to places I never thought I'd see. The island of Malta, Athens and Santorini, Greece, Messina, Florence and Rome, Italy, Istanbul, Turkey, Cannes, France, the Azores and Lisbon, Portugal, and Port Canaveral, Florida. I have a great job. I work with my fiancé, Rance, for one of comedy's greatest theaters. The same theater that brought you the world Tina Fey and Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert performing sketch and improv comedy 3 nights a week for passengers on cruise ships. It sounds glamorous, but it does have its drawbacks. One of the drawbacks is that for over a year of my life, I have lived with Rance, who stands 6'5" and wears a size 14 shoe in a 143 square foot cabin. Let me help you visualize what 143 square feet space feels like. Upon opening the door of our 10th floor passenger cabin located at the back of the ship, you are welcomed into a short 6-foot hallway that is approximately 2.5 feet wide. Immediately on the left wall of the hallway is a door that leads into a bathroom containing the usual commodities, the toilet, sink, shower, all arranged so compactly that it's impossible to sit on the toilet normally. I ride side saddle while taking care of business. On the right side of the hallway there are a foot-wide floor-to-ceiling shelves, a small closet, and 3 compact drawers that are at capacity filled with 5 shirts, 4 pairs of pants, and a handful of underwear and socks. The hallway opens up to the living area, a 9 by 9 square foot space housing a small table and a chair with a TV mounted above it, a desk, which is basically a triangle piece of laminated wood, and a king-size bed that allows only 1.5 feet of space on either side. All this means that there is approximately a 3 by 2 foot space at the end of the bed for standing room. And this is where Rance likes to leave his size 14 shoes. I like space. I like to move in my space. I don't like shoes in my space. Why do you have to put your shoes right here? It's the only place they'll fit, is his honest reply. You see, there's no window, there's no room to move, no outlet to the outside world. The cabin becomes a cave of hibernation, shutting us off from the constant stimulation of the ship. The world could be ending outside and we'd never know it while we're locked up in our 143 square foot cabin. And tonight, that's exactly what appears to happen. We spent the entire day at sea after leaving New York yesterday for the start of another 7-day cruise to the Bahamas. Rance and I escaped to our room around 11 p.m. to enjoy the subtle rocking of the ship, lulling us to sleep. Kaboom! It sounds like a bomb has just dropped on the top deck of the ship. The red lights of the digital clock go out. The room is pitch black. Seconds later, the faithful hum of the air conditioner falls mute. And then, something you never want to experience on a 93,000-ton ship. The engines go completely dead. There is silence. We are floating in the middle of the Atlantic with no power. Rance fumbles for his iTouch and turns on the handy flashlight application that I scoffed at, saying he'd never use. We sit up in bed, grasp each other, and whisper as if on cue, "What in the world?" It's only dark for about 30 seconds before the lights flash on. The air conditioner begins to hum and we hear the growl of the engines start back up. What comes next brings fear to the pit of our stomachs. The ear-piercing, abandoned ship alarm consisting of 7 short blasts and 1 long one. Rance and I look at each other and we share the same 3 words. What the F? But even before the abandoned ship alarm is over, Rance is dressed and putting on his shoes that were so easily found at the end of the bed. His mission? To get to our emergency station, which is oddly placed at the opposite end of the ship. I, however, am in a state of shock and not sure what's happening. I've made little progress in the act of getting dressed. Is this for real? I ask. I'm not going to sit around and wait to figure it out. Get dressed, he commands. And Rance opens our cabin door to see what, if anything, is happening in the hallway. The emergency lighting that runs down the entire length to guide people in case of darkness has been turned on. Meanwhile, I'm trying to determine in what clothes it would be best to drown. Do I want something heavy but warm, or something I think I can swim in for a while before I go down to my watery grave? Ugh, I opt for a sweatshirt and yoga pants. But the shoes, they have me perplexed. Tennis shoes? No, too many laces. Italian sandals? No, I don't want them to get ruined if I die. Crocs. Yes, Crocs! They're the perfect balance. They've got good rubber soles and they can slip off easily if needed. Brett, our castmate and next-door neighbor, opens his door and steps into the hallway. Hey, what's going on? He asks. Beep, beep, beep. The abandoned ship alarm begins shrieking down from the speakers again. Looks like it's for real, Rance says, and as I come up behind him, dressed for my death at sea. Rance grabs my hand without another word to Brett, busts past the door and drags me down the corridor. My mind is whirling with all the possibilities we're about to face. What if we go down? I mean, what's worse, getting caught on the inside of the ship or being thrown to the ocean? What if that paper drops? What if Rance and I get separated? What if I'm in the same life raft as Julio, the creepy Argentinian chef who's always trying to kiss me? How do you go number 2 in a life raft? Excuse us, Rance shouts, dodging through a maze of confused passengers. I'm a bit embarrassed and yet so grateful to realize that the man I love is a take charge kind of guy, a real hero. I get the sense that if I need to, he would throw me overboard to save my life. We round the corner and head down 3 flights of stairs to reach deck 7, where the main public areas of the ship are located. And what strikes me first is that none of the passengers here seem concerned or frightened. They're all milling about with their cocktails, talking and laughing as if what we're experiencing is some sort of high school prank. And then I notice groups of crew members, mostly young Filipino women, huddled together, crying. I mean, while other crew are standing motionless with their mouths open, realizing all of their worst fears of living and working on a ship are coming true. The dichotomy of this situation leads me to believe that Rance and I are the only ones who will actually be alive once the ship goes down. The passengers will be too drunk and the crew too incapacitated by fear to save themselves. And then I recall this odd statistic that was reported in our safety training. In the last 5 of 7 ship catastrophes, it was the guest entertainers on board. They were the ones who went above and beyond to help people to safety. Well, that's Rance and I. We'll save these people, or Rance will lead the charge. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. I apologize for the alarms and momentary loss of electricity. The ship was hit by lightning, causing a power outage. The abandoned ship alarms went off during the reset process of our security and monitoring systems. Again, I apologize if this has caused you any distress. Have a good evening. And with that, our life and death moment is over. We won't have to save any lives tonight, least of all our own. I won't have to worry about drowning or getting too close to Julio or going number 2 on a life raft. Rance, whose adrenaline has shot through the roof, lets out a long, stress-relieving sigh. He grabs me by the waist and hugs me tight. We turn and walk back arm in arm, laughing with the other crew members. We pass. We're just as relieved and thankful as we are that the drama is over. I'm proud of the way Rance reacted in the face of danger. I don't get mad at all when he gets undressed and puts his shoes at the end of the bed. A hero has to be ready in a moment's notice. Thank you.